This is the end. Run and Bun's final day. Before we get into it, I have a couple things that I do want to mention. Myself and someone from chat, not Pistachio, we compiled every resource that I basically would have wanted when I started Run and Bun into a single document. If anyone's looking to get into Run and Bun, it's literally all right here. It's a full... The maps aren't done yet because I didn't have enough time, but it's the full move doc, the Switch AI doc, the links to the calculator, the Pokedex, the script that we used. There's a pad thai recipe because that's very important. There's the full encounter sheet if you want to have a full encounter sheet. Every single item in the game. A full trainer tracker for every single trainer in the game as well. If you've already done Run and Bun, there's new Game Plus functionality for the encounter tracker. If anyone does want to get into this, use the Master Sheet command in chat and just copy the sheet for yourself. Chat. We're 423 hours in to this Nuzlocke. I mean, here we go. Run and Bun, Dexa released it like about 1,000 days ago, March 19th of, what is it, 2023. And in those 1,000 days, less than 80 people on the planet have beaten this Nuzlocke. The widely accepted world's hardest Pokemon Nuzlocke. And the only thing separating them and me is 5 battles. We got Sidney, Phoebe, Glacia, Drake, and Wallace. One hand. But, of course, as with how the Elite Four works in the Champion and Pokemon games, I got 6 Pokemon to defeat their 30. The 6 Pokemon that we're bringing are obviously incredibly important. Pokemon that usually come to the Elite Four are 1 or 2 of the roaming legendary Pokemon, of which there are 7 in this game. Cresselia, Tornadus, Landorus, Latios, Latios, Thundurus, and Enamorus. Latios, Thundurus, and Enamorus are the best 3. We got Thundurus and Enamorus. 2 of the best 3 Pokemon in basically the entire game. And to beat the Pokemon League, I don't need them. Another very common thing that's even arguably more important, I don't even think it's arguably, another thing that's more important is bringing a fairy type Pokemon, because there are so many incredibly strong dragon types with like dragon moves, and the type profile is just good for the matchup. In fact, 82% of all wins ever bring at least one fairy type to the Elite Four. 57% of every win actually brings a Primarina. We have 3 different fairy types. We have Enamorus, we have Togekiss, we have Primarina. I don't need them. I'm not gonna bring them. Here's what we're gonna bring. Here's the team. We have the Pokemon that if you have it, you bring it. I'm not so prideful that I'm gonna ignore Urshifu. Mustard. Mustard is obviously coming to the Elite Four, especially a dark Urshifu. You can get a dark one or a water one. We got the dark one. It's much... It is the best Elite Four mon. I'm not so prideful that we're just going to ignore it. The next Pokemon that we will be bringing out of everything is going to be one that it was our least likely encounter of the entire run. It was maybe a 1% chance to show up, and it showed up and immediately was one of the most valuable Pokemon on the entire box. That's right, it's Acai. Acai is coming to the Elite Four. It has incredible stats. We've already used 3 heart scales, one of the most important resource in Pokemon Run and Bun, to change its nature to timid. Acai is obviously coming to the team. The next one, I will say, is a more recent encounter that once we caught it, completely changed the way we built all of our lines. It's come to basically every battle since we caught this Pokemon. And if you've never watched Run and Bun before, it would be a little bit of a surprise, because it's Nectarine, the Beedrill, with Mega Beedrill being absolutely insane, with the adaptability U-turn being such a powerful move. And another one that completely changed the way how we play and probably saved the lives of numerous Pokemon. At least 10 Pokemon this Pokemon has saved the lives of. And it's a Pokemon that will not be attacking even a single time, ideally, during this entire Elite Four run. P, the Golisopod, is coming purely because of its incredible ability in Nuzlocke's emergency exit. The last two are less common. The next one has only ever been brought to the Elite Four 4 times. Quite often because it's often sacrificed on like the Maxi fight or the Archie fight somewhere. But mine survived. Survived all the way to the end. That Pokemon is Asparagus, the Sceptile. It is on the Elite Four team. And the last Pokemon is maybe the most important consideration. Because in Run and Bun, there is a beloved tradition to bring a Pokemon that has never been in a Run and Bun Hall of Fame before. A Pokemon that no one has ever won with in the past. And I just want to say something. 108 Pokemon are currently in the Hall of Fame. And that's basically like all of the good ones. Because there's how many Pokemon in Run and Bun? Like 800 if you're including like fully evolved Pokemon. Like, I don't know, 200-300. There's really not much left after 108. In fact, it's gotten so difficult that the last 8 wins, only 4 people have brought a new unique Pokemon. 4 of them just brought what they could do to win. But of course, we got to bring a unique Pokemon. Of course, we have to bring a unique Pokemon. And so, I looked at my box, and out of everything, these are the Pokemon that have never been champed before. These are the Pokemon that have never made it to the Hall of Fame. We have quite a selection. Looking through this box, it's pretty obvious why some Pokemon haven't been champed yet. Weirdeer is just awful. It's stupid. Same with Stunfisk. Some Pokemon are just too slow. They just cannot do it without a very, very specialized team built, like, you know, precisely around them. And you also have to have insane luck and play crazy well. But I think there are 2 Pokemon that are probably most deserving to try and bring onto this team. I mean, obviously, it's Dino Nugget, right? Dino Nugget carried us through the mid-game. It's done incredible work. And it's just so powerful. Naturally, Jolly Max Attack went crazy. But I think there's one other Pokemon that also deserves a spot. A Pokemon that, by all metrics, should be dead months ago. But just, we kept throwing it into battle at risk of dying, and it made it out alive every single time. Every single major steer, this Pokemon somehow made it out alive. Taco the Cloyster. Taco the Cloyster is the final Pokemon on the Elite Four team. It has never been done before with a Cloyster Taco, so it is coming to the Elite Four. Now, there is some things that I have to say, especially for you, those that have watched the VODs. Something that is extremely uncommon is a riskless Elite Four, where you know beforehand that if you didn't miss any details, you will win. And for those of you that watch the VOD channel or the streams, the line that we cooked on stream wasn't riskless. It was not. I looked at it again. I looked at it off stream. There was a chance that we wiped. So I have recooked the Elite Four. It's mostly minor changes, but it is different to take away all of the risk. And if you've watched the VOD, you'll know that the line we cooked on stream sacrificed 5 Pokemon. Only 3 people have ever beaten Pokemon Run and Bun with 20 deaths or less. The recook that Zavir and I came up with has a chance to have a fully deathless Elite Four. The chance is very low, but it could happen. But most likely, now let's get our expectations right though. When I say there's a chance, I mean it's within the realm of reality. I'm not going to tell you the odds, but it can happen. I will say though that it all hinges on Taco living one more battle. If Taco is able to survive an 80% chance, 80% chance, then we have a guaranteed 1 death E4 basically, almost guaranteed. Most likely it'll be a 1 death E4, which has never been done before. No one's done it with exactly 1. Now we need to prepare the team. With this new line, I do need to go pick up some things. So we're gonna have to go to Lily Cove City, and I need to buy a TM. We need Rock Tomb. Let's level up the Pokemon and give them the moves that they need. We need to teach a move. We need to teach Ice Punch to Mustard. This is the first moveset change. We are finally getting rid of Crunch. We are getting rid of Crunch, learning Ice Punch. In Pokemon Run and Bun, the most valuable resource is Heart Scales. Heart Scales in a normal Pokemon game allow you to relearn a Pokemon's move. In Pokemon Run and Bun, there are a lot of moves that can only be relearned with a Heart Scale. But that's not the only purpose of Heart Scales in Pokemon Run and Bun. You can also use a Heart Scale to maximize a Pokemon's IV. And that is what determines how good one of its stats are. It's one of the details. It goes from 0 to 31. You can just set it to 31 using one Heart Scale. Or, with 3 Heart Scales, you can change a Pokemon's nature to increase one stat by 10% and decrease another stat by 10%. For the Elite Four prep, we have currently already used 6 Heart Scales. We've changed Hydreigon to be timid to increase its speed. And we've made our Urshifu jolly to also increase its speed. And there are only 30 Heart Scales in the entire game. We have 10 Heart Scales left. We will be using all 10 to minimize risk on Pokemon dying here. We're using over half of the Heart Scales in the game for 5 battles. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to change Urshifu's HP from 0 to 31. Look at its HP right now, 307. Keep an eye on that number. There we go. Giving it an additional 30 HP. Crazy. The next thing is we are going to remember a move on Beedrill, because we want to learn Endure. Getting rid of Brick Break. Now we need to start changing the stats of Sceptile. We're going to maximize the IVs of Sceptile here. We are going to maximize its HP. And we're going to maximize its special defense. Now, there's one Pokemon left that we need to change. And we have 6 Heart Scales left. And they're all going into Taco. The first thing that we're going to do is going to remember a move on Taco. And this might look a little ridiculous. But the move we are going to be learning is Supersonic, a 70% accurate move that confuses. Not Confuse Ray, Supersonic. And we're going to get rid of Explosion because Taco, we want it to live. We're never using Explosion. We also need to maximize some of its IVs. We need to maximize its HP, and we need to maximize one other stat. Its defense. And now, we have 3 more left. We are going to change its nature to make it a hard shell Taco. That's right. That's right. We're going to make it impish to raise its defense. Alright, now we need to level up our Pokemon. We need Urshifu level 100, Golisopod level 100, Beedrill level 100, Sceptile level 100, Hydreigon level 99, and Cloyster level 97. The level cap right now in this game, there are built-in level caps. We're going to bring P and Asparagus up to the level cap right now. Taco needs to be 97, critically. 5, 6, 7. Alright, now, we're at the level cap, so we can't level up anymore with Endless Candies. But in this game, there are still rare candies. And rare candies allow you to go above the level cap. There are only 16 in the entire game, and we saved as many as we could for the Elite Four. And it allows us to get to level 100. On Urshifu. On Nectarine. On P. And Asparagus. Acai needs to stay at 99, and Taco needs to be at 97 for future battles. But we will level them up mid E4. Let's give them their items now, before we do anything else. For the first fight, Mustard will need a choice scarf. Beedrill needs to be holding Beedrillite so it can Mega Evolve. Hydreigon needs to hold a citrus berry. P needs to hold a citrus berry. Sceptile needs to hold nothing. And Taco needs to hold Eject Pack. Now, we need to pre-status and pre-damage our Pokemon for these battles. It helps to manipulate the AI, and it helps us to pre-damage in between battles. 4 Pokemon are toxic. Taco is asleep at 173 HP. Asparagus is at 139 HP, and P is at 250 HP. P and Asparagus are 10 HP higher than they need to be, which allows us to walk in and pre-damage to be at 240 and 129. We will need to max potion, Nectarine, and Acai once we're in. 500 days, 424 hours of game time. Comes down to this. 5 battles. Once I go in here, there's no turning back. Beyond this point, only those trainers who have collected all the gym badges are permitted to enter. Trainer, let us confirm that you have all the gym badges. Yeah, we did it. We're in. There you go. 129 and 240. We now need to max out... we need to full HP Nectarine and Acai. In between battles is the most likely area to make a mistake because it is so different from how normal battles go. Having to prepare battle after battle after battle. Beedrill 100. Full HP. Yes. Hydreigon level 99. Full HP. Yes. I saw someone in chat ask, why does the second slot matter? It is because the Elite Four, you have to do them as 2 double battles and 2 single battles. And then the champion. You have to figure out which battles are doubles and which battles are singles. This Sidney battle is a double battle. The second slot matters a lot. Welcome, Challenger. I am Sidney of the Elite Four. Let me explain the rules. You will face 4 of the greatest trainers in the region. To truly test your battling skills, we require a balance of 2 single and 2 double battles. You are free to choose which members to battle in each style. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. That's good, looking real good. So tell me, what's it gonna be? This is Sidney doubles. Let's go. Sidney. So... Elite Four Sidney would like to battle, and my team is not looking healthy. Articuno and Incineroar. The difficult part about Sidney is that he has a lot of Intimidate Pokemon, and all the Pokemon that can deal damage to Sidney are physical attackers, lowering my attack. So, the puzzle for this battle is getting around that Intimidate. Mustard, luckily with the Choice Scarf, outspeeds everything on his team. Mustard will be killing one thing on this turn. It will be using Wicked Blow to one-shot Articuno. Now, we get to see one of the incredibly valuable characteristics about Beedrill. It sucks. It's slow and it dies pretty easily. So, the opponents love to attack it, which means Incineroar is faster than it. It sees that it can kill it. It says, that's free. I can just go for that. So, it will be using Flare Blitz on Beedrill this turn. We need to switch in a Pokemon that can take a Flare Blitz. That Pokemon is Taco. Now, Mustard Wicked Blow kills. And Flare Blitz will hit Taco. Now, the thing is, Taco can't deal any damage this battle because it's asleep. We need to bring in a Pokemon. We need to bring a Pokemon in that can deal damage to replace Taco. But we can't really switch it in because it can't take a hit. So, we've pre-damaged Taco. After this Flare Blitz, the AI will look at its empty slot and it'll look at Taco and it says, wait a minute. Overquill kills it. But Overquill has Intimidate. And we're holding the Eject Pack. And the Eject Pack, when a stat is lowered, activates and kicks our Pokemon out, allowing us to switch to take a hit with Taco and switch into something else here. And now we go to Sceptile. Now, this next turn, Mustard is now Choice Scarfed into using Wicked Blow. But as you can see, there's two Pokemon that aren't particularly weak to Wicked Blow. So we need to switch Mustard out safely. How do we do that? Well, Asparagus has been pre-damaged, so that both of the opposing Pokemon see that they kill Asparagus in one hit, which gives Mustard a free switch out to someone else. That Pokemon is going to be Beedrill, who is going to come in for free. And because we know both of them are going to attack Asparagus, Asparagus can simply Detect to take both hits. And now, there's a Crunch, and there's a Flare Blitz. Now, Asparagus is going to take Toxic damage. That is important, because after that Toxic damage, Overquill now sees that it guaranteed kills with Fell Stinger. And there is custom AI for Fell Stinger, the move, where if the opponent sees that it can kill with Fell Stinger, it has to use it. Because if you kill a Pokemon with Fell Stinger, your attack is maximized. So, Overquill has to use Fell Stinger this turn. And now, Incineroar can kill both Pokemon, both Nectarine and Asparagus. But Asparagus is faster than Incineroar. So Incineroar is going to go for the easy kill, because it is faster than Beedrill. It will use Flare Blitz to attack Beedrill to kill it this turn. We get to see the other half of Beedrill now. Beedrill is slow and weak and dies to a lot of things. The other side of Beedrill is Mega Beedrill, which is incredibly fast and powerful. The AI does not know when you are going to Mega Evolve. In fact, it never considers that at all until you've already Mega Evolved. So Incineroar thinks it can kill my Beedrill, but my Beedrill can Mega Evolve and U-turn before it gets hit, because it gets faster than Incineroar mid-turn to get out of the way to not get hit. So we will be U-turning Overquill, and Asparagus needs to switch into someone that can take a guaranteed Fell Stinger. That Pokemon, surprisingly, is Acai, who is weak to Fell Stinger, but it's not that strong of a move. So we get to see here, we Mega Evolve with Nectarine. Critical hit never kills Overquill. That's important. We are going to U-turn to P, and P is going to have to take the Flare Blitz. Acai takes the Fell Stinger. It's a weak move, doesn't do a lot. Now we're pre-damaged, so Flare Blitz always ejects us out. Citrus Berry activates to bring us back up above half in case of an emergency. But we still get ejected, bringing the third Pokemon to come into that slot in one turn. And we exit to Urshifu. Now, Mustard is no longer intimidated and can choose whatever it wants for a Choice Scarf. So, it will close combat to one-shot Incineroar. If Beedrill didn't crit, Draco Meteor was necessary to kill Overquill. But we're Draco Meteoring anyways, to overkill the Overquill. Close combat. And we drop a Draco. And as a reminder, all of the moves with 90% accuracy in Run and Bun were bumped up to 100%, so there was no risk there. Now there's 3 Pokemon left. So they're going to send in their own evil Urshifu and Darkrai. So, because my Urshifu was holding a Choice Scarf, it outspeeds that evil Urshifu. But, because I'm faster, that Urshifu doesn't want to attack me because it can see that it outspeeds and kills my Acai. So, Urshifu, the opposing Urshifu, is going to use Close Combat to kill my Acai. Because it outspeeds and kills. And Darkrai, again because I'm holding a Choice Scarf, is just not going to do anything. Because we're Choice locked, Choice Scarf locked into Close Combat, and that just melts this guy. So Darkrai never even gets a move off. And now, Acai obviously is going to die to Close Combat, and it's outsped, so we need to switch manually into a Pokemon that can take a Close Combat. Now, I said Beedrill is bad, unless it's switching in on a Fighting-type move, which it quad resists, and it can take a Close Combat. And I just want to point out, the reason why we have Acai at level 99 and not 100 is specifically because of this Urshifu. This Urshifu has 253 speed. Our Timid Hydreigon at level 99 has 251. If we level it up to 100, it goes to 254, and it doesn't guarantee the Close Combat from Urshifu. That is why Hydreigon is at level 99 and not 100 yet. It is to bait Close Combat from this Urshifu. Alright. So we see here Mustard Close Combat's Darkrai, as Beedrill is going to take a Close Combat. And this Close Combat is very important. Alright, so now Mustard is going to be intimidated by this Gyarados. But Urshifu used Close Combat, lowering its defenses, canceling out the increases and drops. But their Urshifu has a Focus Sash, so we need to hit it at least twice. Now, even at -2 defense on Mustard right now, that Gyarados doesn't think that it can kill Mustard, even though it's about to a Mega Evolve. The AI does not take into account its stats after Mega Evolving. It does all of its calculations before. So, that means we can Close Combat Urshifu to bring it down to its Focus Sash and get the hell out of whatever Gyarados is about to use on Nectarine by using U-Turn to kill the Urshifu. There is the Focus Sash. Wait, I don't think that was a Focus Sash. That's kind of funny. I think that was like the minimum of min rolls. It was pretty close to a min roll, yeah. We need to switch to a Pokemon that can take whatever Gyarados is about to use. It's going to use a Water or a Dark move, which Acai can take. So, it takes a Lash Out. Bah! And now, both of my Pokemon outspeed. And with the combo of Close Combat and Draco Meteor, it gets the job done. And when I say it gets the job done, I mean it gets the job done. 204 plus Draco Meteor plus 129. It gets the job done with like 1 extra damage to spare. Completely riskless. Close Combat. And we drop a Draco. 1 down. 4 to go. Well, listen to what this loser has to say. You've got what it takes to go far. Now go on to the next room and enjoy your next battle. We need to heal Cloister into a safe range for the next battle. It needs to be healed to 139 to 152 HP. Yes. We need to level up Hydreigon to level 100 using a rare candy. Use rare candy on Acai. Okay. So now we're going to do items. Mustard needs an expert belt. Nectarine needs its Beedrillite. Acai needs another citrus. Sceptile needs a miracle seed. And P needs a Jaboca berry. Taco needs a shed shell. Shed shell, yes. And we open up with Cloister and Urshifu in that order. We need to walk until Beedrill is at 186 HP. This gets all of them at a very specific HP value. Alright, so now Golisopod's at 211 HP. Nectarine is at 130. Now we 100% HP Sceptile. After all of that, P is at 185, Beedrill's at 104, and Sceptile's at 255. Alright, so we can poison heal Beedrill now. So I will be using only Pecha Berry on only Beedrill. Alright. So, chat, this was the fight that had the most problems. We cooked it on stream, we thought it was riskless. It wasn't. I think I found all of our mistakes, and I did correct them. It's a bunch of very small changes, which is, you know, the pre-damage on Sceptile and using different moves on different turns. Now, we got Phoebe. Let's go. Ah ha 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 ha! I'm Phoebe of the Elite Four. I did my training on Mount Pyre. While I trained, I gained the ability to commune with ghost-type Pokemon. Yes, the bond I developed with Pokemon is extremely tight. Speaking of that, your Pokemon took a beating from Sidney, eh? Please heal up before we battle. I'd like to take you on your full strength. No. You know the rules by now. I'm ready when you are. We're going to do Phoebe doubles. Okay. Phoebe doubles. Phoebe opens up with a devious 2 Pokemon, Decidueye and Chandelure. This isn't a normal Chandelure. This is its hidden ability Chandelure. Hidden ability means Shadow Tag. I can't switch out. And this Decidueye is annoying because it has a Focus Sash, so we can't kill it in one hit. What the hell's up with that? So, to solve some of these problems, we have given Taco a Shed Shell, which allows it to switch out of literally anything. Taco has been pre-damaged specifically to 143 HP, so Decidueye always sees a kill with close combat, and only close combat. Anyways, so Taco's holding a Shed Shell, and we have a Pokemon to take a close combat. That Pokemon is going to be Golisopod. Why is Taco only level 97? Taco is only level 97 specifically for this Decidueye, actually. Great question. This Decidueye is slow as hell. And at level 97, we are slower than Decidueye. At level 99, we are faster than Decidueye. You're probably asking, why didn't you just make him level 98? Because when we were calculating, I wasn't sure if we would level up over the course of the Sidney battle. And so I made 97 just in case we needed to emergency have a level 98 work. But we were fine. We didn't level up. Why is he asleep, though? That will come into play next battle. So, we're going to switch into Cloister switches into Golisopod as, Urshifu is going to Wicked Blow the Chandelure, and that will simply kill. Alright. So, Mustard's going to move first, and is going to kill the Chandelure with Wicked Blow. As now we see, Decidueye is going to close combat P. That will exit it out. Citrus Berry activates. And we exit to Beedrill. The Jaboka activated. That was not a citrus. Jaboka activated to break Decidueye's Focus Sash. -1 Jaboka. Did I misspeak or did chat misspeak? I misspoke? Alright. Nectarine was pre-damaged to 104 HP because that is the minimum damage that Decidueye can deal with knockoff and only knockoff. And before Nectarine Mega Evolves, it is slower than Decidueye. Lunala also kills Nectarine this battle. We need to make sure that Beedrill survives this turn, because both Pokemon are going to be attacking Beedrill. But Nectarine will survive, because Nectarine doesn't quite learn Protect or Detect, but it learns Endure, making it able to survive hits. Both of the hits. And Knockoff does not knock off or get the boosted damage from Knockoff. The item cannot be... The Mega Stone is not knocked off, which is important. And we need to not Mega Evolve. We need to not Mega Evolve this turn, because we want to be slower next turn. So, we Endure. And Mustard, with Wicked Blow, is able to kill Lunala, being a Ghost Dark type, even with its crazy ability, Shadow Shield. Or, sorry, Ghost Psychic. What did I say? But yes, we do one-hit KO even through Shadow Shield with an Expert Belt. Just barely. Shadow Shield doubles its defenses or something for the first hit. So here, Nectarine endures. And here comes the Meteor Beam, charged by the Power Herb to raise its special attack, allowing you to get the full attack off in one go. Beedrill tanks this. Beedrill holds. Then there comes a Wicked Blow. Bang! Lunala, gone. And Decidueye, knockoff, 0 damage, it endured the hit. Now, this Gengar again outspeeds and sees that it kills Nectarine, so it will be attacking Nectarine this turn. And it does outspeed everything, so it will be attacking Nectarine. But Nectarine will be U-turning Decidueye. And the thing is, Mega Gengar outspeeds Nectarine, so it will kill Nectarine if it gets an attack off. But Decidueye at -1 defense, because of that close combat that we saw at the start of the battle, means that U-turn always kills here, after the Jaboka Berry. So Mega Evolving U-turn kills Decidueye, and because we know Gengar is guaranteed to attack, we can Sucker Punch. And Sucker Punch kills Mega Gengar with an Expert Belt. So there's the Mega Evolution, and we Sucker Punch it before it gets an attack off. As we also Mega Evolve. There it goes. One-shotting Gengar. And then here is a U-turn. Defeating Decidueye. So, we're going to U-turn into Sceptile. Now, for some reason, Phoebe has a Blastoise. I don't know why. And a Giratina. This Blastoise is annoying because it has Fake Out. We have brought out Asparagus, where with a Miracle Seed, this Asparagus is able to kill Blastoise with Miracle Seed Leaf Storm. Because Blastoise knows this, it has to fake out Asparagus this turn. Also, because Asparagus is holding Miracle Seed, Giratina sees that it kills it with Poltergeist. So it will most likely be using Poltergeist on Asparagus. The thing is, Giratina might also see that Mustard can kill it because of the random roll Wicked Blow. It could attack Mustard this turn, but I've calculated it out and that is fine. So we will detect to survive whatever Giratina throws at us. As we know, Blastoise will be hitting a fake out. As Mustard will be using Wicked Blow on Giratina, which could kill. It is a roll to kill. So Asparagus detects. Blastoise fakes out. Giratina does end up Shadow Sneaking Urshifu. As we Wicked Blow, and this is a 30% chance to kill here. Alright. Perfect. Now, Blastoise, another mistake that we made in the original Calxon stream that I had to fix off stream was this Blastoise uses Follow Me most of the time. Which means that if I attack with Mustard Sucker Punch to kill Giratina, Mustard will instead attack Blastoise, and then Asparagus kills Blastoise, and then Giratina kills something. Because Asparagus is faster than Mustard, we need to Leaf Storm to kill Blastoise. Even if it uses Follow Me, Mustard is slower than Sceptile. So by the time Mustard gets this Wicked Blow off, Blastoise will already be dead. And Mustard is faster than Giratina. You said Sucker Punch. You cannot Sucker Punch. Absolutely, you cannot Sucker Punch. If you Sucker Punch and Blastoise happen to use Follow Me on that turn, then a Pokemon can die. And I am not risking that. We are doing this riskless. And there's Phoebe. If I ever use Sucker Punch against that Giratina, we could have lost. Two down. 3 to go. Now we level up Cloyster to level 100. 98. 99. And that's the level cap. It will not let me go higher. Check this out. It won't have any effect. So, we need to now use our spare rare candy to go to 100. Alright, level 100. Okay. So we've done our 2 double battles. It's 3 single battles now. Our items. Beedrillite. Choice Band. Citrus, Eject, Button, Citrus. Everyone's on full HP. We have 3 Toxic, 1 asleep. Alright. I think we're ready. Welcome, my name is Glacia of the Elite Four. I've traveled from afar to Hoenn so that I may hone my ice skills. But all I have seen are challenges by weak trainers and their Pokemon. I hope you can show me you're not like the rest. Let's have a good battle. This is a singles because you have to do 2 doubles and 2 singles. So we have to choose singles here. I don't know even why it gives me an option. Let's do it. Alright, so Glacia was an interesting one. Interesting because Urshifu one-hit KOs 5 of 6 of her Pokemon. So this entire line is about positioning Urshifu to get it into a place where it can kill everything. And when I say it can one-shot them, it could one-shot this Mamoswine if not for its Focus Sash. So we need to get rid of its Focus Sash. To do that, we will Mega Evolve and U-turn. Alright. And now Urshifu is going to come in to be able to kill this Mamoswine. The great thing about Beedrill, and the reason why we use Beedrill first, is because that Mamoswine had Stealth Rocks. And Beedrill at base form is slower than Mamoswine and just dies to it. So, by using Mega Beedrill, we bait it into attacking instead of using Stealth Rocks, which would ruin us. But Mustard's going to come in on the guaranteed attack. It's going to be purely random because every attack from Mamoswine killed Beedrill. There's Earthquake. That is its strongest possible move. And it got a critical hit. Was that a max roll? Did a lot. We now kill with Wicked Blow. Now the only Pokemon that can kill me is going to come in. That's Enamorus. Enamorus sees a kill with either Mystical Fire or Moonblast. And that critical hit is the reason why we had to max out our Sceptile's HP and special defense. Because it is now going to switch in on a random attacking move from Enamorus, and it needs to live that one hit. So, Sceptile's going to switch in, using those 2 heart scales, allowing it to survive even a critical hit. And this, Asparagus is holding an eject button, allowing it to switch out, fulfilling the role of Golisopod this fight, allowing us to send in Nectarine, the only Pokemon on my team that can outspeed and one-shot this Enamorus. Alright, we outspeed and we kill with Poison Jab. Pretty straightforward. Okay. Good. Now they switch in the only Pokemon that doesn't immediately die to Nectarine. The first Pokemon that doesn't immediately die to Nectarine is Arctovish. Arctovish sees that it kills me with Icicle Crash. And only Icicle Crash. So, we are going to switch in P on the guaranteed Icicle Crash, which is guaranteed to hit. We are pre-damaged to exit out. Why not U-turn? There's no reason to U-turn. We could U-turn. We could switch. It doesn't matter because Urshifu kills in one hit regardless. But for the fans. Alright, so now P goes in, and we're taking an Icicle Crash. Ice Gem Icicle Crash always brings me down below 50%. Citrus Berry brings us above. Could a crit U-turn kill? Absolutely not. We eject out, and now Urshifu is positioned perfectly. And Urshifu kills with close combat. Defense fell. Now, Urshifu outspeeds and one-shots every single Pokemon on Glacia's team, so she's just going to send them out in order. Abomasnow comes first. Mega Abomasnow. So we close combat. And it kills. Here's the Hail. We live a critical hit Earthquake plus the Hail turns. The next Pokemon. Let's see, we take how much from that? Good old 21. Here's Kyurem. And we kill with close combat. Again. And now, the big threat of Glacia comes out. Calyrex Ice. And with a Choice Band close combat, we don't kill. We don't kill. We need to use Wicked Blow to kill Calyrex. We're gonna switch in a Pokemon. On the attacking move that Calyrex is going to use, we're switching in Taco. And now we reveal why Taco is asleep. Taco switches in. It takes a Glacial Lance, or a high horsepower. And because Taco is asleep, and Calyrex has Swords Dance, it looks at that and says, they're asleep. I can Swords Dance for free. So they're going to Swords Dance this turn. The Calyrex Swords Dances, giving me a free switch back to Mustard. And now, resetting the choice band. Allowing us to kill with Wicked Blow. Which is super effective on the Psychic Ice type. 3 down, 2 fights left. The first thing we need to do is wake up Cloyster. So you're finally awake. Taco woke up. We need to teach Urshifu Rock Tomb over Sucker Punch. Okay. Poof. Mustard forgot Sucker Punch. Alright. Hydreigon is the opener for this fight. Acai's holding a Choice Scarf. Mustard is holding a Lum Berry. Beedrill is actually holding a Jaboka Berry. We're using regular-ass Beedrill. Golisopod is holding a Roap Berry. Asparagus is holding the Grass Gem. And Taco is holding a Lumberry. Now, chat, if you watch the VOD channel, you'll have seen that we're sacrificing Beedrill on this fight. That is no longer the case. If you're more updated with the second plan, you'll see that we're not sacrificing Beedrill, but there's a 75% chance that Cloyster dies on this fight. But that is not the plan. There is a better plan with a significantly higher chance that everyone lives this fight. And it all comes down to Taco holding. And if Taco lives through this fight, it lives forever. And if Taco lives, it saves Mustard's life. So now Asparagus is at 133 HP, Acai's at 289 HP, and everyone is ready. Alright, Drake, the second to last fight. I am the last of the Pokemon League Elite Four, Drake the Dragon Master. In their natural state, Pokemon are wild living things. They are free. At times they hinder us, at times they help us. For us to battle with Pokemon as partners, do you know what it takes? Do you know what is needed? If you don't, then you'll never prevail over me. You only got one choice left. Are you gonna fight, or are you gonna run? Single battle? Let's do this. Elite Four Drake would like to battle. Why are there 4 Pokemon toxic? Wait, what? What? Visual bug. It's a visual bug. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. Visual bug. It was a visual bug. There's a visual bug. Alright. Alright. Dragapult versus Acai. We never got a Dragapult. We never needed one. Acai with the Choice Scarf outspeeds and kills with Draco Meteor. Drop in a Draco. Now, because of the Choice Scarf, we outspeed everything. So it's going to be the first Pokemon that's slower and kills me in one hit. At 270 HP, that Pokemon is Crawdaunt. It kills only with close combat. So we're going to switch in a Pokemon to take the close combat, but this Crawdaunt has a Focus Sash. So, Nectarine, a regular Beedrill, takes it. And now, the Bee holding the Jaboka, taking the physical hit, breaks Crawdaunt's Focus Sash. This Crawdaunt has 160 speed. My Beedrill has 161. And after the close combat defense drop, Nectarine kills with U-turn. No Mega Evolution required. And we U-turn to Hydreigon. Now, they're going to send in the first Pokemon that doesn't die to me and can kill me. The Pokemon is a Reshiram. I cannot kill this Reshiram even with a Draco Meteor. I deal a minimum of 81% to this Reshiram. We need to U-turn to get out of here before it kills Acai. So we U-turn to get out of the way. We're Choice Scarfed, so we obviously outspeed. This is a guaranteed Dragon Pulse from Reshiram. And P takes 53% from Dragon Pulse, meaning it always ejects. And if you remember, P is holding the Roap Berry, which deals 12% of a Pokemon's HP if hit with a special move. 12% from the Roap, 8% from the U-turn, means Acai, Draco Meteor now kills. And now, because of the Toxic gradually chipping down our HP, there is another Pokemon that sees that it can kill me. Zygarde. And I said this Elite Four was riskless. But that doesn't necessarily mean deathless. It could be deathless. But these next few turns, we need to not get bad luck. This Zygarde is guaranteed to Dragon Claw on this turn. We're going to switch in a Pokemon that can take a Dragon Claw, because Dragon Claw guaranteed kills. My Acai. So, Mustard switches in. We would like this to not crit. Doesn't change the odds too much, but it would be nice if it didn't. Alright. Now, this is how Taco can die. Zygarde. Because we have Ice Punch, which two-shots Zygarde, it cannot set up with Coil. But this Zygarde, because I am faster than it, has Glare. Now, Glare has an 85% chance to be used. Ideally, just for comfortability, we would like to see Glare on this turn. But this isn't the critical turn just yet. We Rock Tomb now, though. We would like to see Glare. If it doesn't Glare, that's still okay. As long as it doesn't crit here, it's still fine. Alright, we're still good. We're still good. Now, again, this is the critical turn of the entire Elite Four. If Zygarde uses Glare, it is incredibly likely that Taco survives, and if Taco survives, so does Mustard. Taco living here means we have an almost guaranteed 1 death Elite Four. Maybe even 0. We want glare. If it's not glare, there's still a chance. But if it's glare, we have an incredible chance. This is it. It comes down to this. It's lived worse odds. We want to see glare. Here we go. Taco, hold. Come on. It's glare. Okay. That's good. That's good. It's not quite over. We're not quite over yet. But this is incredible. So now, with the rock tomb, Taco outspeeds by like 1 or 2 points and kills with Icicle Spear with its skill Link. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all you need. Now, a very big problem Pokemon comes out. Suicune. And this is the Pokemon. This is why we taught Taco Supersonic. Not to use it. But this Suicune has Substitute. And the AI checks my moveset, and it looks for specifically sound-based moves. And if I have a sound-based move, it will not use Substitute because they go around the Substitute. So by just having Supersonic in my moveset, it will not use it. So on this turn, it will either use its strongest move, Scald, or Calm Mind. Either way, that is fine. We switch in Sceptile. It used Calm Mind. So, with Calm Mind, we kill if we are in Overgrow with a Grass Gem. But, if you do the math here, we are not in Overgrow. So, because of the Calm Mind, we simply detect, as this Suicune is guaranteed to go for the kill with Ice Beam. And now, Asparagus is exactly in Overgrow, I think, times 3, something like that. Now, we're in Overgrow. I think I did the mental math here. What is 3 times 82? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We're like 40 points under. Yeah, we're good. We're good, chat. We're good. Don't worry. It's fine. So now that Asparagus is in Overgrow, now that it is holding its Grass Gem, and because we outspeed, we kill with Leaf Storm through the Calm Mind. Now we need to go below 67 HP. Good. And this is the final test of Taco's resolve. Taco needs to live against the Salamence. It needs no crits. Salamence will attack twice. If we see Earthquake, we could even live a critical hit on the second turn. But it's a 50-50 between Earthquake and Return right now. Here we go. Let's see what it's got. We want to see Earthquake, and we want to see no crit. Return no crit is also fine. This is the final thing you need to live, Taco. If you survive this, you live forever. Okay? No crit? Oh. It's fine, though. It's fine. It just needs to live 1 critical hit. That's it. As long as it doesn't critical hit again, we're okay. If it doesn't critical hit this return, we live. In fact, it even lives 2 critical hit returns. It all comes down to this. Please, for the last time, Taco, hold. Double crit. Taco goes down. The worst possible luck. Had to run out eventually, I suppose. Well, it got so close. But we still will win. Farewell, Taco. Man. Double crit. That's okay. Acai still outspeeds with a Choice Scarf and kills the Draco Meteor. Let's do it for Taco. Draco Meteor kills. And that also guarantees that Urshifu dies as well. There's nothing we can do to save Urshifu now. That was less than a 1 in 256 chance to die. Alright. Taco got double crit. We planned for it, but we did not want it to happen. The last move. Its luck ran out. It all evens out in the end. Let's do it for Taco, chat. Let's do it for Taco. It's time to fight Champion Wallace. Let's do this. It's time. Let's finish off Run and Bun. Let's do it. Alright, Wallace. Let's see what you got. You overcame that difficult situation by working as one with your Pokemon. We trainers raise Pokemon by giving them items and by teaching them new techniques for battle. But we ourselves also learn many things from Pokemon. And this is where your achievements are put to test against what others like you have achieved. Now, who can most elegantly dance with their Pokemon in Hoenn? Show me right here and now. Let's do it! Here we go. So, this is Primal Kyogre, which sets up Heavy Rain. Primordial Sea. And there is nothing I can do to kill this Kyogre in one hit with the team that I have here reliably, other than with Sceptile, but we need Sceptile for later. So, we need to kill it with something else. What we're going to do is Acai just naturally outspeeds Primal Kyogre. We're going to chip it a little bit with U-Turn. This is very important U-Turn chip. And we're going to go into a Pokemon to take the incoming Ice Beam. That Pokemon is P. P can die on this fight if this Ice Beam gets a critical hit. Alright. That's good. It could still die. It's not over. If that high rolled, there's still a chance. Nope, I think it's good. It lives. Guaranteed P lives forever. But now, we exit to Urshifu. And now, with the U-Turn chip, with the Choice Band, Wicked Blow kills. Alright. Now they're going to send in a Pokemon that kills me. The Pokemon's Barraskewda. Barraskewda has a Choice Band, which means once it uses a move, it's locked into it. It has Flip Turn and Liquidation. Its highest damaging move is Liquidation, so it has to use Liquidation. So we are going to switch into a Pokemon that takes a Liquidation. That Pokemon is P, once again. P lived a crit guaranteed there. We exit out, and now we're able to send in Acai. Acai takes a liquidation and guaranteed kills with Draco Meteor. If that got a high roll critical hit, there was a chance Acai could live. But it didn't. That was the odds. That was how we could have got a Deathless E4 in the end, is with that high roll crit there. But 4 Mons remain. They're going to send out a Pokemon that kills me. That Pokemon is Palkia. Palkia outspeeds and simply kills with Draco Meteor. So say goodbye to Acai. You could say goodbye to P instead. Does that save Urshifu's life? Hold on. Just let me look at something really quick. Stick to the line. You're all sheep. 1 second. I think this HP, we might be able to limit deaths here. Because I could sacrifice Acai here, guaranteed. Or we could sacrifice P and save 2 Pokemon's lives. There's a chance. I told P he lives forever in our memory. Trolley problem, man. Do we switch to potentially save 1 Pokemon's life? Do we switch to have 1 Pokemon guaranteed live and then another Pokemon have a chance to live? Or do we guaranteed kill somebody? I think the answer is obvious. I think we're gonna try and keep it under 20. I'm gonna sacrifice P, and we're gonna hope that death is not in vain. P, you're the reason why everyone else is alive. We're gonna use you for 1 more emergency exit. The final exit. And we are off the line. Rank continues to fall. So, it used Draco Meteor, so its special attack was reduced. That means it no longer sees a guaranteed kill into Nectarine. So, we are risking Beedrill right now. Most likely, this Palkia is going to focus energy. I believe it's a 60 or 80% chance it uses focus energy here. The only way that Nectarine dies is if Palkia hits a move. It's going to randomly choose between a Hydro Pump and Draco Meteor, hits that move, and also gets a critical hit. Here we go. Mega Evolve and Leech Life. We've had worse luck this before. It lives a Draco, unless it crits. But it didn't even attack. Beedrill lives. Alright. Now we outspeed everything on their team. So we're just going to send in the first Pokemon that doesn't die. And can kill this Beedrill. That is Gudra Hisui. It has shell armor, it has leftovers, and it will be using Heavy Slam. So, we simply switch in Urshifu to take the Heavy Slam. No U-turn? There's just no reason to U-turn. There is no reason to U-turn. Nectarine has done enough. One last U-turn for the road. And that allows us to go to Mustard, who's going to take a Heavy Slam. And Urshifu, close combat just kills Gudra here. All right. Now they're gonna send in a Manaphy. 2 more. Manaphy comes in. Manaphy is going to use Scald here. We're going to switch into Hydreigon. If Hydreigon does not get critical hit and there aren't super high rolls on the next 2 moves, Hydreigon lives. P sacrificed itself here to save Mustard guaranteed and to have Acai a chance to live. So Acai now switches in, takes a Scald. We want to see low roll, no crit, no burn. The number is 172. We want to be above 172. No burn. It's a 50-50. It is now a pure coin flip on whether Acai lives or not. Let's see what you got. Do we get a 2-death E4? 50-50. Come on, do it for P. Hey, we all know it's gonna crit. Whatever. No freeze! Acai lives! Let's go! Now, Asparagus comes in. Asparagus comes in on 1 HP. It has its Overgrow active, boosting its Leaf Storm, holding a Choice Scarf. Leaf Storm kills. And now, 1 Pokemon remains. Swampert. Mega Swampert has Swift Swim, doubling its speed. But because it is a water ground type, it is quad weak to Leaf Storm. So Leaf Storm in Overgrow, even with the -2, kills. And with a Choice Scarf, outspeeds Mega Swampert by 2 points. And that is Pokemon Run and Bun. Attempt 1 and done. 19 deaths. A feat that only 4 people have done. Less than 20 deaths. Only 4 people have ever done it. And they didn't do it on their first try. With the unique Pokemon Taco making it into the Hall of Fame. We've won. 426 hours. You know, I started this not really liking Nuzlocke. But you know, the deeper that I got into it, you know, especially after Tate and Liza, it kind of grew on me. The end of this run, I had a lot of fun. It was really, really fun. But don't ask me to do another one. I'm not doing another Nuzlocke. This took way too long. I did the hardest one, so now you can't tell me to do another one, because it's just going to be easier. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Everyone watching live. Everyone on the VOD channel. You've been watching the edited versions of these. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Acai made it to the end. Mustard. Nectarine. Pea. Asparagus. And taco. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Oh yeah, if you're watching on the VOD channel, all the edited stuff, like the run and bun videos, are going on to the Clips channel now, so go to SmallAnt Clips if you want to watch more, like, sort of episodic content. Just a heads up. We're not going to put any more edited stuff on the VOD channel. It's called SmallAnt now, yeah. Dino Nugget with the highest kill count. We gotta make it level 100. We got a leftover. Our last rare candy. Level 100.